7 seconds. Alright, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, we give all honor, glory, and praise to do to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles that great millstones, teaching his truth and sincerity, and also rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered four corners of the earth, which you so-called Negroes, Latino Hispanics, and Native American Indians, and true Israelites that's coming out that elect nation of Israel. Okay, it's Brother you want to find just coming back at you with another lesson through the Spirit. Basically getting into, man, this is not the time to fall out. Not the time to fall out. And that, of course, that goes for me too, because you never know. Scriptures say your man's goings is of the Lord, man. But in how things are going through life, don't let that flesh overtake you. Okay? So the first scripture I'm going to start off is 26, Proverbs 26 and verse 11. So I just dropped something upstairs. It says, as a dog returneth to his vomit, so as fool returneth to his folly. Alright. So it says, as a fool return to his folly. So basically, a good example of what that would be was how you see the gorilla Hebrew. He was in the world. Okay, we all were at some point. Then you woke up to the truth. But the point is, after everything, you being exposed, of you not listening to the elders, from you being exposed, so on and so forth, you went back. He was like, man, I've been the same nigga, gang banging, going back to that worldly thing. And 9 times out of 10, that's the flesh, okay? Because everything that feels good to you isn't good for you. All right? This is Ephesians, the 4th chapter. And it reads, that ye put off the concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust. All right, so you put off that old man. You knew what the spirit is. You knew what to do, what not to do. Because when you get into former conversations, talking about your former conduct, the way that you conduct yourself. All right, it says former conversation, the old man. Is the old man like to be, what you were when you were in the world, man? You start off, 9 times out of 10, you just going off the vibes of this world, okay? So you were that, eating pork, committing adultery, Jake loves smoking weed, the list goes on. That's the old man, that vomit, because it's that your flesh is you got the angel on your right hand, you got Diddy on the other, just telling you all types of form of wickedness, man. Because being in this world, you ain't gonna get anywhere just going by your own means and how you live. I want to grab this one, Ecclesiastes, because this came to mind when you're just in the world thinking, this is the wrong time to be thinking that you're untouchable. And the Lord is not. It's been so much death going on that we think the Lord is not judging. So this is Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 9. It says, because sentence against any evil work is not executed expediently, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. this is not necessarily getting, you can apply it because, I was watching this, it was an article not too long ago that in Chicago, a woman got targeted and they lit her car up. I think over 100 shots. So, you being in the world, you being evil, you want to be a two-third gangster and such and such and so, and so on and so forth. It's going to be a time where that's going to catch back up with you. And hey, everything, like I said, man's going to the Lord, and the Lord probably said, you know what, send a death angel on her. All right, and just to like add a little bit two more to this. Let me grab this one because you can see the media will flip. They made that woman seem like she was a straight angel, but people were doing some digging and find out she was a straight demon. They post a picture of your dead brother going off, just saying the most rah-rah stuff, and it does tell you that one of our curses is that we will hate our brother, roughly paraphrasing. Let me get Luke. It's the book of Luke 12:2. And it says, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known." So when I put those two scriptures together, it was about time for her, to be out of there by the Lord. That's why those men, lit that car up. But, everybody was making her seem like, meaning she was an angel. She didn't hurt nobody. Knowing damn well this chick was a female YN. All right. And that got revealed. They were looking back, it was like, no, this chick was basically talking like she was like straight in the gang. All right. And that's another thing that Jake being a flesh about. Having that ego, want to be have power, have that ego, want to be top dog, want to be, on a pedestal. Just because it feels good doesn't mean it's not good for you. And actually, I had this happen at my job, today. I wanted to get pizza, and I'm like, nah, I don't eat, pork, I don't eat pepperoni, stuff like that. Because, just, when the Lord gives you a commandment and things not to do, it's because it's a reason behind everything. For example, now, scriptures say, Romans 12, let me grab that real quick. It says, this is Romans 12:2, "And be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is perfect." That ye may prove what is that good, acceptable, and perfect will of Yahweh. All right, so a lot of these things, the ways of the world, is not according to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So like I said, when you go to a job, they want you to be shaven, all lined up, But what does the scripture say? This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and 27. And it says, "Ye shall not round the corners of your head, neither shall thou mar the corners of thy beard." All right, so basically what's getting into, lining yourself up. So one, it tells you nature of the Jake. First off, when you look at Jake, our hair most of the time is coarse. You get your razor bumps, you get ingrown hairs. Actually, it was a testimony from one of my brothers. That was a guy that he works with. No matter what season, winter, summer, he always had a hoodie on because his face, it keloids. So these are things, it's not just for no reason that the Lord give us these commandments. All right, from the dietary, to the way you conduct yourself. I remember a time where, I've been peaceable and I use wisdom, and it gave me a free bottle of Tito's, making a long story short, because I wasn't, I saw a beautiful girl. She was pretty, but I had to, not be lustful. All right. And I was just reading, the 3 types of lusts, the lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, basically beauty, and pride. But, getting back at the matter is seeing all the signs and the prophecies, especially when you look at Matthew the 24th chapter, you get into 2nd Ezra, you're seeing the prophecies. You can look on YouTube, you can look on the news that the Lord is actually showing his power. I brought out the Luke 12:2. A lot of things is being exposed and revealed, from DJ Trump, from the Epstein files, all the way down to Jay-Z, Diddy, and now 50 Cent. So the Lord is doing a lot of great uncovering. All right. So the best thing to do is fight that flesh, put on that integrity, and you fast and pray, because the best covering is to be under Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So I'm going to end it off on this one. It's Psalms 91. Because it's going to get really bad out here. It's not just going to be a bunch of exposing. It's going to be a lot of people going to jail, being put down, so on and so forth, or it's going to be utmost utter chaos. Okay, so this is what you want to be under. All right, Psalms 91 to the top. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Most High. All right, so I want to be under the shadow of the Most High. That's the cover that I want to be under. And it says, one more time, he shall dwell in the secret place of the Most High. I'm sorry, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And how do you do that? Following up this wisdom, having this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. It says, I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power. In him I will trust. I will have. In him will I trust. All right. So it gets into like the words refuge, fortress. So basically, being under, having the wisdom and understanding, and being under the shadows of the Almighty, that's a hedge of protection. You're protected, you're covered, you're shielded. All right. So that's when you gotta like fight the flesh. And I can't stress this enough. It is not the right. This is not the season to be thinking, going back into the world, falling out, getting weak in the faith. Like, I gotta pray more, because like you said, like, not trying to be a hypocrite. That can happen to me. Like, I was watching Scarface. He said to my man Tony, he was like, how do I know I can trust you, Montana? And he said, man, it's a crazy business that we live in. We're in. That can happen to anyone, even you. So this go for me, because it's like this is the Lord's movie. Okay, but not trying to be too long-winded. But again, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash. And again, double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstones, teaching the truth and sincerity, and also who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered 4 corners of the earth. I'm going to close out and say shalom. On to the next lesson.